Welcome, Jens. Good to have you in the show.
Hi, Joey. Nice to meet you.
Hey, man. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all good. It's been a nice day here so far. The weather is shitty, but I like to be in the studio and like it's dark outside, so I have this window behind my screen and I watch the shitty weather outside. So it's really nice to stay in today.
Yeah, same here. So it's raining in Munich also, but I'm not watching. I'm looking outside. I'm looking at you right now.
Yeah, exactly. And because you're from Munich, right?
Yes, I'm from Munich, Germany.
And we already briefly met during ADE. That was the first time we actually sat down together. We actually
Yes.
met. Because of that little thing on the background of yours, Mixcon.
Yeah, it's a Mixcon like up here, some
Yeah,
here.
there it is. Yeah. Um, can you? We'll go deeper into Mixcon later, but
Okay.
can you tell us a bit more about who you are and what you've been doing in the last 10 years or something?
Okay. Hi guys. I'm Jens Witzig from Munich. Um, I am 39 years old and I live in Munich like my whole life. But I was born in Hamburg, but I consider myself as a real Munich guy. Um,
What's the difference?
so there's no difference. It's just like in my
Okay.
passport, it says I was born in Hamburg, but I totally feel like I'm from Munich. So I
Okay.
live in
Okay.
my whole life. So yeah, I'm a real Munich guy actually.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah, I am, first of all, I'm a DJ and musician. So, short wrap up is I was playing piano since I was 6 years old and loved this a lot. And then I was playing in bands, playing bass guitar, like doing some punk rock and heavy metal stuff, which I'm still into,
Mm-hmm.
big love.
Mm-hmm.
But then I discovered electronic music when I was 14, 15, and some friends of mine, like Joe, who's my partner at Mixcon, they were using samplers and synthesizers, and I was totally into that. And I started making electronic music on my own, saving my money for the first samplers. And yeah, I was doing electronic music yeah, in the middle of the 90s.
The 90s.
And
Holy shit.
yes, really.
I was born in 88, so I that was when I was six,
Yeah,
seven.
so I was like 16, 15,
Yeah.
and yeah, I started collecting some synthes and samplers with my friends together, and we were doing music. And then I started doing a little film music for short movies done in Munich. And yeah, my friend Joe was already DJing, and someday I started DJing by myself as well, and asked Joe, just please help me. What is it all the label stuff? What do I have to do when I buy some records? And yeah, he took me to a record stores and showed me yeah, how to dig into crates and find the sound I love. And then I started DJing in Munich bars and then in Munich clubs. And yeah, and then that was the point when I realized, okay, DJing can be, yeah, you can do some money with that, and actually you have some fun. And with my band, it's all practicing. Nothing happens because it was pretty difficult in Munich to get around with the band.
Yeah.
And since I was, yeah, slightly talented as DJ, things went pretty well, and I was working in clubs
Mm-hmm.
every all the weekend, and I'm still doing this right now. So for 15 years, 17 years, I'm a DJ in Munich, and I worked for several companies, traveled a lot, played a lot of big events like electronic fairs and clubs somewhere over there. But I was never that kind of artist that yeah, got a great name from his releases. Did a lot of bootlegs and remixes and mashup stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And this was kind of successful in the Bavarian and German club scene, but there was a time just before SoundCloud and everything, so we don't have the chance to get that great artists at all. We were just yeah, like club DJs, resident DJs. So that's what we do,
Yeah.
resident DJs. But this is still successful. I'm living for and as a DJ, I don't have no other job since over 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that's what I do. And still, I'm doing some music, producing music, doing some mashups and tunes and stuff. But the focus is on DJing, and since 3 years, the main focus is on our new baby called Mixcon.
On a new baby, exactly.
Yes.
And like having a look back at your time because you've been in the music industry for a long time.
Yes.
What's the biggest difference for you if you have a look back at the 90s and compare that to the industry where we at right now?
Um, it's so much easier now, and all the things, and yeah, I think it's easier to get around and to get to the knowledge of anything. So it's not complaining. When I was younger, we had our samplers and synthesizers, or we didn't even have them. It was hard to get because they were pretty expensive. But somebody had them, and you have to team up and yeah, play around. And we don't have no YouTube tutorials. We don't have no clue what the fuck is a compressor or anything. So we have to find out or ask somebody, or maybe go to school for like producer schools, like the SIE here in Germany. And right now, as a DJ and as a producer, it's way more easier to get information and inspiration and samples and music and everything, because you got the whole world in your pocket.
Yeah.
And you get SoundCloud. You can upload your mixtapes. In the early days, I made my mixtape on a cassette and an MC, and went to a record store and asked the guy, "So, do you like it?" And he was like, "No, it's crap. Go back." And I had to go back to the studio and try new. And then we went to the studio and we had a CD production. So a friend of mine had one of the first CD burners, and we could do 10 copies, and we printed 10 labels and flyers and put it in the envelope and sent it to some record labels. We had the connections, so I wrote it on in my phone book.
Yeah.
And then I sent the CDs over there, and 3 weeks later you get a letter saying, yeah, that's pretty not what we are looking for.
Yeah.
And today is so. Today you can write anybody. You can get your inspirations anywhere. It's pretty easy to find people. But I think it's same. It's still hard to get found.
Yeah, because that's the interesting thing. I totally agree with you. It's way more easier than like 10 years ago or 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a lot of artists are struggling. A lot of artists are complaining about the fact that it's really hard to stand out. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, it's a flood. So in the 20 years ago, the labels were like the filter machine. So everybody sent their demos to the labels, and then there was one A&R guy saying, okay, this is good and this is good, and we're producing this and focusing on that. And then it comes to the record stores, and the DJs and guys went to the record stores and like listened to the record. Not like the same, but today, like what I did, took a record, put it on, skip to 30 seconds, skip to 45 seconds, listen to it, and decided, okay, is it worth or not, having a deeper look into it. And then we were buying it and playing at the clubs. And the labels sent it to the record stations, and if it was like a commercial record friendly, eventually they were playing it. Right now, every day, millions of songs get released, and it's pretty hard to stand out, sure. So what really helpful, sure, a big label and a big good distributor working with you and wanting to push you are pretty helpful. Or otherwise you have to be creative, or you gotta stand out and get a big crowd. And if there's a recipe for just doing this and everything will be in the charts, I'd be a pretty rich man right now.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and I guess that's one of the reasons why you guys started Mixcon as well?
Yeah, sure. So that's not the main reason. So this is like all the experience we got over the years. But one of the main reasons was we had a side project, a website called djcontroller.de. I did it with my friend Joe. And we were traveling to Musikmesse in Frankfurt every year. Mm-hmm. And in the first years, there was still big business for all the vendors like Reloop and Pioneer. And over the years, the whole DJ section got smaller, and we got, we kind of thought, okay, it looks like the Messe Frankfurt is not interested in the DJ equipment at all. So they're more into like pianos and the big music. Mm-hmm. And we were like, okay, for DJ, actually, the biggest music fair, like the Musikmesse Frankfurt, for DJ, it's not cool. It really sucks. Mm-hmm. And my other colleague, me, Bernd, we were just hanging out, and he said, "Yeah, let's do a Musikmesse on our own, but let's focus on DJs." And I was like, yeah, that's a pretty good idea. And let's try it. And we teamed up together with Dorian. So we are 4 guys, and said, yeah, let's try it. Let's bring on a DJ Messe fair.
Yeah. DJ Messe fair.
Yeah, and the first idea was, yeah, let's just like rent a big hall, get all the vendors there, sell some tickets and get rich soon. Turns out, yeah, that was a nice plan. It didn't work out properly because in the first years, all the guys, the labels, and the vendors said, "Yeah, boys, that's a nice idea. Come back in 5 years when you're big." We're like, yeah, but we need you to get big. And they were like, yeah, that's your problem actually. But we did it anyhow, and under these circumstances, we decided, okay, let's do like a conference as add-on because we know a lot of people, and just let's invite all the bigger DJs and labels we know over the years to talk about how the business works and to do some workshops and stuff for beginners and for pros as well. And yeah, this worked pretty good. And after the first year, it was not financially successful, but everybody was saying like, okay, go on, keep on going, because nobody does that in whole Germany. And yeah, we said, okay, let's do it a second try. And we had like all the vendors like Pioneer and Sony, they were coming on the second year, and they were happy, and we were happy, and so we're doing it the third time next year in the wonderful BMW Welt. Yes, it's really great location. And we are supported by the city of Munich, and yeah, we're a little bit supported by BMW. They a little bit, but I think they see something in us in the Mixcon that can grow.
Cool.
They're helping us a little bit. It's still a tough ride to get this all set up, and we're working really hard to get some cool speakers like you, hopefully next year. And yeah, to set up a program where everybody from starting DJs and beginners to get their information and connection and get the knowledge how to talk to somebody, how to get in touch with the labels or supporters or coaches like you. And also we want to implement like a yearly meetup of the music industry as is. So we have a lot of big record companies in Germany, and there's no like kind of like we say Stammtisch. Yeah, it's like a get together. So we want to try to get all the independent labels and the distributors and the big labels and the producers and DJs and ghost writers and everybody. We want to be the must-be event in Germany yearly, like the IDE about 15 years ago.
Yeah, exactly, like a smaller version of it.
Yeah, they started the same like us, even smaller.
I think it's like comparable to every success story. You know, everyone has to start somewhere, and the beginning is the hardest part. Well, it's not necessarily the hardest part, but it's a really tough part. And the problem is you need people to get on your bandwagon to get successful, but you need to convince them of the fact that they need to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And that's really hard.
It is. But we were pretty lucky that everybody liked the first two events. So we got very good recommendations and people who speak out to other deciders and social
proof.
But still, it takes a lot of work and money to get it done. We're not the ADE where all the industry professionals go there like, oh, we have to be there. We have to work hard to get everybody to the point that they say, okay, we have to be there definitely. Right now in the state, we have to invite label bosses and A&Rs to be there. They're happy to be with us, but we have to get them in. We're not in the position to say, okay, you want to be with us, come to us. So we need to give a little bit to convince the big labels and the label bosses and A&Rs. We have to convince them to come to Munich and support them a little bit, getting hotels and travel issues and stuff. But we want to create a great program, and that's the effort we have to do for that.
Yeah, and what now the big question, like, why do you do this? Is it because Germany lacks events like that?
First of all, yes, sure. Why would you do that? That's a great question. We question that like in every meeting.
Why?
Because honestly, we put a lot of our money, so we have no external money. So it's all It's all from us four guys, and we're totally honest with you. We had it was really really painful in our wallets the last event, but it was somehow worth it. And if we wouldn't continue doing it, if we don't see the potential in creating like a big community meetup, and for sure we're not working 30 hours additional to our normal jobs a week to do a Mixcon without seeing the points that we can do getting some money somewhere in some years. So we want to create a company, sure.
Yeah.
But we strongly believe in it.
Yeah.
And without this belief, it wouldn't be possible to do it right now. But we're pretty confident that we'll work out. And yeah, the second is the total lack of conferences and events like this in the whole German area, like Austria, Switzerland, and Germany. And but we have guests from Belgium and have the Netherlands as well.
Yeah.
So we want to invite international guests like from the UK and from the Netherlands. Because Dutch dance scene is not it's unimaginable without them, and that's what actually I always say that's what the kids want to see and want to hear. They want to see and listen to the producers of big festivals like Tomorrowland, or big labels like Tiger Records and stuff, or Spinnen. So we only get the German DJ starters to the Mixcon when we have a nice little setup and a nice little program for them. And when I tell them, okay, but yeah, listen, we have, for example, the A&R of Tiger Records is coming to next year's Mixcon, and you have the chance to play your demo, to play it to him in a BMW car, actually. That's funny. That's one of the points we try to install at Mixcon. Like everybody can go there and everybody can have their 5 minutes of fame and play their own song to an expert and get instant feedback. We did that last year, and I can tell you we have 6 releases coming out of this.
Nice.
Or so-called edition rooms.
Yeah. Cool.
So it's worth a chance.
So next year it's listening to demos in a BMW.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's cool.
So actually, we don't have so many rooms in the BMW museum. We have like 2 big meeting rooms where all the panels will happen. And we have the fair area where just like all the vendors are showing their stuff. And we have a networking area, and then we were missing, like rooms for music auditions. Yeah. And BMW came up with the great idea, hey, just let's do it in the cars. We have something done. Like, you can have 1 or 2, and you do your auditions in the cars. That's a great idea, actually. Yeah.
You should give like the driver earplugs, because he has to listen to music all day long.
Yeah, definitely. But no, there will be no drivers. The cars are standing inside the museum.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So actually, that's what's happening.
Nice idea. Yeah, I think it's a great thing that you guys focus on building events like this, because it's a great way to create awareness around people, to create awareness in the industry, and I totally support it. That's why I would like to be a part of it, of course. Is it the 1st and 2nd March 2019?
Yes, it's on Friday and Saturday, 1st and 2nd March 2019.
Cool.
Over the day, starting at 12, going until 8 in the evening. And there's one big plus. I use the time right now just to add it. With your Mixcon ticket, we are working together with several Munich clubs, like Neuraum, Harry Klein, Milchbar, Bob Beeman, and lots more. And with your Mixcon badge, you get access to the clubs the whole weekend.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well,
also the artists who are speaking at Mixcon are DJing at the clubs as well. Not all of them, but for example, we do a Face Mag label night. We do we play a records label night. We plan on doing a Tiger Records label night, and we distribute it to the clubs. So we are working together.
Cool. Smart idea.
Yes.
I really look forward to Mixcon. I'm curious to see what an event like that looks like and how the people are interacting with each other. So I will definitely be there. I'm looking forward. Just one last question. How do you see this scene evolving in the next 5 years?
Wow, that's a pretty good question. Actually, I don't even know what I'm doing in 5 years. But
If you look at all the things that are trending right now, so
Yeah.
uh, maybe the fact that like right now you need social media to build your brand. Do you think there's something that's gonna disappear or something that's gonna be added later? So
Yeah,
maybe 3D or something, or how do you call it, AR?
maybe it's not that point. I got a few ideas on, especially on social media things. What I see and recognize and read a lot about it is the disappearing of Facebook in the young kids' minds.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like my own nephew and some friends and some of friends, and they're 12 and 13 years old, and I asked them, "Yeah, you already got Facebook?" And they were like, "Oh, that's old people stuff. Like that's
It's like
old people."
prehistoric. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like old people discussing war and politics. I don't go there. I'm just there because my parents want me to be there. Their whole life is running on WhatsApp and Snapchat, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even use Instagram because it's like a picture show off and nothing more. It pretty much is actually, and I love Instagram. I think there will be a shift, like in the online industry, there was a shift from Yahoo to Google, and there will be a shift from Facebook more into Instagram. They were pretty smart buying Instagram actually, because they've got the smartest persons in the world working there. So I think they're pretty much aware of what is happening. Same is for music and promotion. So you need to watch the channel where you're active. We had lots of trouble with SoundCloud over the years, and people are still using it. Lots of DJs are fed up of those like gates. Just you produce a song, you have not, it's not released, and you ask some DJs, "Hey, can you like the song? You like to play it?" But I can give it to you, but you have to like my page and you have to like my Insta as well. So that's pretty annoying, actually.
Yeah.
It's in this way, when you beg somebody to play your music, please send it out via an email and give a link. But that's like that's everyday tips. But there will be a shift of the media. So maybe Facebook is getting less important. Maybe it looks like for the new future generation. And streaming is it actually.
Okay. Well, curious to see where it's gonna end in 5 years.
And I'm kind of old school DJ. I still got my vinyl, but I'm playing with MP3s and WAV files on a USB stick. But I was kind of old fashioned. Like, okay, I have to own the music. I have to own the file. It has to be on my laptop, and then it has to be on my stick. And more and more I'm getting used to it. Having my whole life on this one.
Yeah.
I'm not having a copy of all my music on this because I got Spotify. So if I want to listen to music, it's like one click. And maybe network connections are not stable enough yet, but in a few years, everywhere will be highest speed internet available everywhere.
I know that I think it's Facebook and Tesla. I'm not sure. I think it's Facebook and Tesla. They are working on these big planes with big like radars or whatever network things on there, and they're gonna fly around the world constantly. So you have 5G internet all over the world.
Yes, that's totally crazy.
Yeah, that will be insane. I just think that platforms like maybe Beat. I think if Beatport creates something like this, they would be a big market leader, especially in the DJ industry.
Yeah,
if
definitely.
Beatport creates an option to stream and to put it in offline mode, the same you can do with Spotify playlist, you can put it in offline. If you can do this with Beatport, they're gonna run the market in the DJ scene. Definitely. Because everyone's gonna stream that shit, put it offline on their stuff so they can play it in the club. They're not relying on like internet because it's offline.
Right.
But you can still have access to all the new tracks out there.
Yeah.
I still don't know why someone like Beatport or TrackSource is not coming up with such an idea.
I think it should be several things, several issues like legal issues, distribution rights, and that's the first part, and the second part will be. I think I'm pretty sure they already thought about that, but I think it will be the last option to pull. if everything is running well, like, okay, well, now we have to do this because everybody's using some other technologies. So, okay, here we go. Just like the music industry did years ago when MP3 came out.
Yep.
Like all of the big ones, the Sonys and BMGs and you name them, were like, yeah, but sorry, we sell CDs. So who needs that MP3? And then Kazaa and Napster came up, and they were like, oh shit, yeah, let's sue the shit out of them. But it took them 5 or 6 years to realize, but the people use MP3, so they want it. They don't want the CDs. Like, it's not bad, no, not at all. But it's the kids who like to have it mobile and accessible.
I just think if they change something like that, like if someone creates a function like the Spotify playlist, like take it offline and you can listen to them in the plane or whatever you want without having access to network, that will be the best.
Definitely.
For now, at least.
I'll totally appreciate that, and Spotify already does it. So.
Yeah, so why? That's the thing. Like, because you mentioned licensing, I get that, but it's already been done. So why? I can already put out like all the tracks that are available on Beatport. I can already put them in a playlist on Spotify and turn it offline. The problem is I just can't play them because I can't use Spotify to play my music. So if Beatport comes up with something like that, that will be the best.
Yeah, or if Spotify teams up with, for example, Pioneer DJ.
Yeah, I actually thought Pioneer was gonna do it this year because they had this big announcement, but it turned out to be something else. I don't know what it was.
Actually, I don't even know as well.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not that big of an amount.
hopefully, we planned initially when we planned the first issue of the Mixcon, we were thinking about what date will it be. So we were like, okay, we don't have to be too close to the Musikmesse, and we don't want to be in the summer because in the summer everybody's on vacation. And let's go to the start of the year. And then our good friend Nicole from Reloop told us, yeah, you can do it in February, but not too close to the NAMM show in the United States because everybody is there, because that's the leading fair worldwide. And we were aware, okay, we have to be between NAMM show and Musikmesse, so any vendor can show the new DJ gear first on Mixcon and then at Musikmesse. That was actually the reason why we do it in March.
Yeah, great, Eddie.
So then we talked to Pioneer. They like to come to Mixcon next year again, and I was asking them, so what's the big new deal? So is there a new CDJ 3000 or something? And Martin was honestly like, I have no clue. Like, what? You are a Pioneer, but he said, yeah, I'm not the Japanese guys. I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
I get informed 1 week ahead of you. Like, okay, that's interesting. So I don't know. Maybe there's a cooperation with Beatport for playing stream. I don't know. They would be pretty smart.
Let's pray. Let's hope something like that will be built. For now, I just want to thank you for your time and for the information you gave me. I'm definitely looking forward to Mixcon on the 1st and 2nd of March.
Yes.
Looking forward to see you there.
Perfect. Joey, I'm really, really happy that you're joining us. We find a good slot for you and all your knowledge.
Great.
And all the coaching you can do and all the help you can offer to up and coming artists. So we gotta find a nice slot. And thank you very much for having me on your podcast.
No problem, man. No problem.
And see you next time.
See you next time. Have a good day.
Yeah, peace out.
Bye.